Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joined. Well, we're coming right down to the last bit of the season, Grant. What's the messaging like from coaches right now?
Well, BA, for teams that are in the mix, coaches are asking you to keep doing what you've been doing. But a lot of that extra motivation comes from your teammates and in the locker room.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. 4 on the clock. The shot by Towns, no good. Outside Holiday. White looking it over. Pass to Brown. Tatum from long range. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Jason Tatum has built such consistency from beyond the arc. Doesn't matter if there's a contest or not.
Outside Hart. Bridges, a screen on Tatum. Out to Bridges. White with the steal. Pass to Tatum. And it's blocked.
Love the hustle from Towns right there. Boy, engaged defensively.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Bridges outside. Takes the 3. Knocks down the triple.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And Allie LaForce spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Allie.
I asked him, what makes Kristaps Porzingis such a great player? He said, look at him. He's over 7 feet. He's just a huge guy. Kristaps has serious skill on offense, and defensively, that size can really be a factor. He's a two-way problem. It'll be interesting to see how they play him tonight.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's White, and the shot goes in.
Well, inside, Derek White showing an ability to finish around the cup.
Brunson surveys. Towns a screen on Holiday. And it's Brunson missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Back to Anunoby. Outside Hart. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Brunson from the arc. The rebound, Celtics. Last time they met in Boston.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Towns. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up.
What's striking about Karl Anthony Towns is his resiliency. He'll bounce back from challenges. He's got a very impressive positive attitude.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
BA, it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
Porzingis with a screen on Anunoby. Brown can't hit.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
The teardrop, and Porzingis with the block from behind the arc. Oh, and Porzingis powers it home.
Don't sleep on his athleticism now. Porzingis plays well above the rim.
Bridges outside. Screen by Bridges. Towns outside. Holiday against Brunson. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Hart can't hit. Celtics lead by 5. Porzingis passes to White. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Doris, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top on-ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all.
That's good from White. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Boston making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. White hits them both. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Here we have the teams that really hustled for those second chance looks the last 10 games. In third, New York.
This squad's been attacking the offensive glass with a ton of energy lately, and it's paid off with a nice pile of second chance points.
Hart passes to Brunson. Now Anunoby. Towns outside. Pass to Bridges. 5 to shoot. Count that bucket. Bridges has got his second basket on the night.
Oh, Mikal Bridges with the big-time strength on that finish.
Hart up top. Pass to Brunson. Takes a 13-footer, and he hits the jumper.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Outside Porzingis. Outside Brown. Again, the miss by Boston.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
And it's Brunson missing. Celtics lead by 3. For 3, Porzingis sinks it from distance. Porzingis has got 7 points in the game.
This is where the respect you have for Porzingis' ability to drive is when he can pull up for that jumper and become a real handful.
And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul. And some changes here for New York. McBride, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And Payne is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Payne, the pass to Anunoby. Hart from long range. New York again can't hit.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Holiday taking his time here. Three-pointer, no good. Knicks trail by 6. Now Anunoby. Doris, OG Anunoby helped the Raptors so much on their title run in 2019.
Yeah, the hard part is he was never able to suit up for the NBA Finals. To get through the season and then have an injury at that point, heartbreaking for a player. But consider, he's the first UK-born player to win an NBA title, and that cannot be taken away.
That one's off.
What's amazing about OG Anunoby, this guy one of the best wing defenders in the league. You almost have to game plan for what he brings defensively.
Mikal Bridges checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for Payne. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Holiday. Good on the second one. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Outside Anunoby. Pass to Brunson. Here's Towns. Defended by Porzingis. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, BA. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
First one falls for him. Doris, you look at the shooting of Karl Anthony Towns. A 7-footer. He's as good as it gets.
He is, BA. He has been verging on the 50, 40, 90 efficiency type numbers in recent years. He is right there with Dirk Nowitzki when you talk about the sweetest shooting big men of all time.
The Knicks making a switch here. McBride's checked in.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up, an opportunity at a three-point play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Celtics.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep, and they have been thus far.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, BA, at 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think, as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
On the wing, Tatum. Tatum draws the double. Pass to White. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the three to the left side wing. Hauser passes to Porzingis. Tatum from long range hits a three-pointer. Tatum's got 6.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Payne. Boston with a rebound.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Pritchard, the pass to Porzingis. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson.
There's a reason people call Kristaps Porzingis the unicorn. A 7-foot big man, but boy, what a sweet shooter he is.
Some changes for Boston. Cornette comes in for Tatum, and it's Jaylen Brown in for White. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Pass to Pritchard. And here's Brown for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Brown's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game. Payne, the pass to Hart. Up top, Robinson. Back to Hart. To the middle. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Inside, here's Porzingis. And the layup is good off the glass. And now a 12-point Celtic lead.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Here's Robinson. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Brown. Porzingis with it. It's rebounded by McBride. Here's Shamet. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Jaylen Brown picks one up.
15 foul.
New York shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line, 2 shots.
The first one falls. Karl Anthony Towns has checked in for New York. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hauser. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. Yep, that one goes. Porzingis has got 15.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's the Boston Celtics earning this break in the action, up 10. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. We'll be back in a moment. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. It's a 10-point game. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Hauser in at small forward. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Towns outside. Shoots over Tatum. And it's New York scoring again.
Is the mid-range from Mr. Towns part of the game? You bet.
Pritchard, the pass to Porzingis. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
And he drops the first. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
And he can't hit the second. Knicks trail by 6. Here's Hart. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Well, there's a toughness to Josh Hart. You don't mess with him from a contact perspective. He will absorb it.
First trip to the line for him here. First one falls for him.
Now, the intensity, the toughness, the absolute ability to play bigger than your size, that is Josh Hart.
So he gets them both. Celtics lead by 4. Pass to Porzingis. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Pritchard. Shot clock at 6. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A 4th would be inexcusable.
Now here's Brunson. The D's right on him. Yes, it's good. Brunson's gotten his 2nd bucket.
Generously listed as 6'1", Jalen Brunson knows his way around the inside and painted area. Look out.
Pass to Pritchard for 3. And Anunoby pulls it down. Knicks trail by 4. Towns outside. Tatum pulls it in. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Outside Hart. Pass to Anunoby. Kicks it out Towns. Robinson passes to Towns. Off target from 3-point range. Celtics lead by 4. Here's Hauser. Covered by Towns. The kick to Tatum. Here's Pritchard. Fires in the triple. Pritchard's got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Looks like it's time to get hyped, Knicks fans. Here they are, your Knicks center spot. Attention fans, now on the court is your Knicks squad. Get loud and let them hear it. T-shirts are incoming, fans. Make some noise and we'll send one your way.
He's checked in for Hart. The Celtics also with a sub. Holiday's checked in for White. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Towns outside. That one's good. Makes him 3 for 7.
Guys, that is what you call 2 physical, hard-earned points from Karl Anthony Towns. Go ahead and embrace that contact.
Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Outside Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Sneak it inside. It's Brunson.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the height, guys. Brunson is a terrific finisher inside.
Pass to Pritchard. Here's Hauser. 6 points for him. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson. He's made 2 of his 3 attempts tonight.
Kristaps Porzingis at the line. 2 shots.
free throw good from Porzingis.
I think for Kristaps Porzingis, we know unequivocally the talent, the shooting, the shot blocking, everything is there for him to impact the game. The key is just stay healthy.
Both free throws good from Porzingis. And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. Trailing by 8. Here's Towns. Count that one. Towns has got 6 here in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Outside Porzingis. Fires for 3. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Pass to Towns. It's Robinson, high post. Brunson with it. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Oh, that KP flying high.
At that size, Porzingis doesn't have to travel far to get above the cup. That is a nice finish.
Six to shoot. Towns passes to Anunoby. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds now. From deep. And it's New York with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Robinson on the wing. Defended by Porzingis. That one drops for him.
This is about the extent of Mitchell Robinson's game, but boy, he's putting in work in the mid-range.
Holiday from long range. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Brunson, and the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Brunson's got 8.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
Here's the pick. Holiday from long range. Nails it from 3. And the Celtics lead by 10.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Towns for 3. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Yeah, they wanted to win the physical battle in that game, and they did. Their rebounding numbers really paint the picture.
That control of the boards, I felt, fed their offense. There were a ton of second chances, a lot of confidence their bigs could dominate the glass.
Everyone's watching. Let's see it. Get down. Sit down.
So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Hart's checked in for Towns. McBride comes in for Anunoby. Shamet, he's checked in for Mikal Bridges. And Payne is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the Celtics also making a change. Cornette's checked in. Pass to Tatum. Finished by Tatum. Wow!
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
You know, it's easy to focus on Jason Tatum scoring, but Doris, he's excellent in a number of areas.
Brian, he's a high-level rebounder. He now knows how to keep his teammates involved. He's competitive on the defensive end and willing to absorb a big-time assignment. He has got a complete game.
Pass to Pritchard. Which defenses have been locked down since the All-Star break? Well, here they are. Number 1, Celtics.
Since the break, here's a team that has locked up their opponents, playing with passion defensively.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. No good on the free throw.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Hart. A 17-point game for him in the win against Phoenix.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Payne. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Payne's got his second basket of the night. Here's Pritchard. He's got 10. To the paint. Cornette passes to Hauser. Cornette sets a screen. Pritchard. Boston again missing.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Robinson. Back to Payne. This one for 3. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
This quarter, they're doing some real damage from outside the arc. Trying to stay within striking distance here.
Here's Hauser. And Cameron Payne is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. 4th team foul.
And the Knicks making a change here. Bridges is checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. White's checked in. Cornette sets a screen. Outside White. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
Left side Robinson. Back to Payne. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Payne's got 10 points.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
The kick out to White. Pulls up. Hart pulls it in. Knicks trail by 5. Pass to Payne. Bridges outside. Back to Payne. Oh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Drew Holiday. These are his first free throws of the game.
Cameron Payne. At the line, 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
They've been impeccable from the line here in the second period, doing what they can to try to build some momentum.
And so he hits both. A minute 22 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Cornette. Robinson defending. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. Let's take a look at the numbers for Karl Anthony Towns.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games, looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line, and it's been fun to watch.
1:10 left in the second quarter. Bridges passes to Robinson. Back to Bridges. From behind the arc. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Boston leading by 3. White with it. He has 7. Pass to Hauser. Fires the 3. The kick to Tatum. And Tatum drills the 3.
Picking up right where he left off. Hit 2 triples in the first quarter. Now he gets another to fall.
McBride passes to Robinson. Left side McBride. Clock at 6. Back to Bridges. And here's Payne outside. That shot is off. White, the pass to Holiday from deep 3-point range. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Well, Carl, they're scoring pretty easily. What has to change in the second half?
Our whole defensive system right now, because it's just not working. It's not the coaches, it's us as players. We're letting them get too much fast break. They're doing a great job, and they're hitting some shots, so we got to be able to make them miss.
Best of luck locking it in, guys.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Welcome, everybody. Let's jump right in with a look at the players of the week. The Western Conference winner, Anthony Edwards.
How about the Ant-Man's tenacity of late? One of the most consistently productive guys in the league. No surprise he comes out with this award.
And incredibly talented, the former #1 overall pick. And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Knicks.
Well, they're not settling for long jumpers. They're getting the ball into the paint. And you know I love that.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you know what? I played with Akeem, too. I liked it.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. It has been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. They've got Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. That's Tom Thibodeau's 5 as we get going in the second half.
You get the sense his teammates recognize Kristaps Porzingis is in rhythm. Let's keep feeding him.
Outside Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Towns a screen on Holiday, and it's Brunson missing.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Outside Hart. Back to Anunoby. Towns against Tatum. And stolen by Porzingis. Down low. Knocked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum.
I'm not sure what happened there. You just can't give away possessions in this league.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Bridges outside. Back to Brunson. Tatum against Hart. Towns a screen on Tatum. Shot's good by Hart.
Now Josh Hart starting to show people, I can knock down a three-point shot. You better guard me.
Pass to Tatum. Back to Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over White. Bridges misses.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, "I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something."
Well, that's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building. 80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
And he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Let's look at the leaderboard, specifically rebounding and who has been crashing the glass over the last month. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
He's just been incredible on the boards over the last month of the season. He's a guy who plays with such desire.
Hart finds Anunoby. Back to Hart. Now Bridges. Looking to win the run. Gets the 3-ball to go. Bridges has got 8.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy's dangerous as a shooter.
Tatum passes to White. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Hart. Outside Brunson. White against Hart. Pass to Brunson. Towns on a screen. And that one's good for Brunson. He's got 10.
We know that the defense in today's NBA wants to take away the rim and the 3. Mr. Brunson says, I'll take that mid-range.
Here's Porzingis. And that one falls. Now 10 for 12 with that make. Knicks trail by 9. Outside Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. Outside Hart. Towns a screen on Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Lets a floater go. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
Porzingis up top.
You know, I know that he can make the perimeter jump shot, but I really like it when Porzingis is taking it inside and making the defense deal with all that size.
Well, he shot well from the line tonight, going 4 of 5.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Both free throws good from Porzingis. Knicks trail by 9. Outside Hart. Pass to Bridges. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Now here's Tatum. He's covered by Hart. Outside White. Porzingis with a screen on Towns. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Bridges, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, when Mikal Bridges was drafted in 2018, his hometown team, the Philadelphia 76ers, elected to trade him after selecting him.
And B.A., he made no secret of the fact that that was a heartbreaking moment at the time. Consider that his mom actually worked in the Sixers front office in those days. But in the end, he has carved out one heck of a career.
Knicks trail by 7. Outside Brunson. Back to Anunoby. Towns outside. And that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
Well, he's so good at finding high percentage shots. Karl Anthony Towns, even with a tough defender on him, comes through. That's pretty work.
Outside, Brown. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
McBride, he's checked in for New York. Payne comes in for Bridges. The Celtics also with a sub. Drew Holiday's checked in for White.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Celtics lead by 6. Outside, Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Brown's got 12 points.
You simply must stay attached to Jaylen Brown in a catch-and-shoot situation so dangerous.
They set the screen, and looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Graham?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
Mikal Bridges checked in for New York.
Well, that's the intelligence that Derek White plays with. This guy in pick-and-roll action always seems to make the right decision.
Bridges outside. Towns on a screen. Bridges misses.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
White, good.
That's a crafty play. Understanding when to pull up off the bounce to get that jumper to go. Derek White is on time.
Pass to Bridges. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And he'll take his third and fourth free throws of the night.
Mikal Bridges at the line, 2 shots.
That's good from Bridges.
What you admire about Mikal is he's such a grinder. You watch his defense, you can feel the intensity with this guy.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Knocks down the long J. Bridges has got 9 points now in the second half.
That's his third triple of the night, his second since halftime.
Here's Pritchard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. To the middle. It's stolen by Tatum. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Outside White. Drops in the three. White's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Outside Payne. Towns on a screen. And Bridges, here we go. Good. Bridges has got 16 points.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Tatum passes to Pritchard. Here's Cornette, covered by Towns. Cornette with the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 12.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the three ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. One to the line for one. This will be his third free throw attempt of the game. And some changes here for New York. Achua comes in for Hart, and it's Beauchamp in for Mikal Bridges. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Cornette, covered by Towns. From 7 feet away, Cornette can't hit.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Pass to Beauchamp. Right side Payne. Here's Beauchamp. And Pritchard pulls it down. Here's Tatum, and he knocks down the 10-footer. Tatum's got 5 points now this quarter.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Towns on a screen, lets it fly. The shot by Payne, no good.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Tatum passes to White. Cornette sets a screen. The shot. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in this second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Basket counts.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Celtics lead 94-83.
Tatum looking it over. Pass to Cornette. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
13 foul. Luke Cornette. One shot.
Kristaps Porzingis getting it done for Boston. 27 on the night. He's had it his way. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Boston, we've got Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Luke Cornette, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. 6 on the shot clock. Cornette And it's all from three-point range. Knicks trail by 14. Back to Brunson. Outside Hart. From the low block. There's the block. Hauser passes to Pritchard. And stolen by Brunson. Back to Hart. Pass to Brunson. High post Towns. Count the basket. Towns has got 21 points in the game.
Well, this team relies obviously on Towns for great productivity, and this guy is as reliable offensively as you get.
Cornette sets a screen. Second shot opportunity. Good on the shot. And the Celtics lead by 14.
And this is exactly what he's capable of. He finds different ways to make an impact. This time on the offensive glass.
How about the hustle on display there? That kind of effort will earn respect from everyone.
Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. Drains the triple.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Count it. Good.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Cornette. Here's Hauser. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. Cornette with the bucket.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Brunson passes to Hart. Bridges outside. Lets it go from deep. Bridges can't get that one to fall. Boston leading by 17. Porzingis passes to Pritchard. Porzingis against Bridges. Now here's Porzingis. Not a lot of room. And Pritchard, here we go. And it's Brunson with the rebound. Brunson's got 4 rebounds now. McBride passes to Hart. Over Holiday. Hart can't hit. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Pass to Cornette. Outside Porzingis. Over Towns. And that one's good. Porzingis. Porzingis has got 29.
You know, you can expect Porzingis to make a jumper like that whenever he takes one in rhythm.
Outside Hart. Three-pointer. New York, again, can't hit. Boston leading by 19. Pass to Cornette. Outside Holiday. Now Porzingis. He's covered by Hart. Porzingis passes to Pritchard. And he lobs it up top. And that one's good. Porzingis. Porzingis has got 31 points.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Right side McBride. Towns on a screen. Knocks it down from distance. 21 points in the game.
That's his 3rd triple this half, and that's after hitting only 1 before that.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused.
And make some noise for your Knicks sitting at third.
Anunoby's checked in for New York.
For your Knicks City Dancers, let me hear you once again.
So it's Boston now. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Here's Brown. Oh, nice D from Anunoby.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
For three, Bridges. Pure from three-point range. Bridges has got 24 points.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Here's Brown. And all around the rim that time before dropping. And the Celtics lead by 17.
Boy, what a jump shot from Jaylen Brown. He has so refined that aspect of his game.
Here's Brunson. Brunson inside with the finish.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
95.
Brown passes to Holiday. Porzingis with it. Covered by Towns. Porzingis is double. Outside White. Drills it from deep. He's got 19.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Pass to Towns. Over Porzingis. Rebound Boston. White's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Holiday. Brown looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Anunoby. There's a screen from the arc. Holiday grabs the miss. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Celtics. The kick out to White from outside the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
After taking some time to find his rhythm, he's been unstoppable since the break.
Towns a screen on White. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Oh, picked up his 4th foul. Maybe have to scale back his aggressiveness with plenty of time left in this one.
And how about that replay? Man, you got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
Oh my, and that was textbook defense, positioning himself well to send it back.
Outside White. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And you look at the development of AI. How might it affect the league going forward, Doris?
I think there's so much to be learned, Brian, about that exact thing, whether we are talking about the league or whether we're talking about society to a greater extent. As it relates to the league, how will teams employ it for scouting? Does it impact shot selection or player contracts? Maybe even the negotiation of the next CBA. Truth is, we really don't know. What we do know, it's coming fast. I think the thing that's most striking about Derek White, guys, he's capable of affecting games in so many ways. Yes, he can score it. Excellent passer and a very versatile cross-positional defender, a guy who can contribute to a good team.
Bridges, a screen on Tatum. Hart from long range. It's hauled in by White. White's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Brown. Now here's Tatum. Here's Porzingis. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Porzingis has got 16 points here in the second half. Towns a screen on Holiday. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Inside. Hart pulls it in. Knicks shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. Got it. Towns has got 23 points.
Karl Anthony Towns will mix his spots as a scorer, that time doing work inside.
Pass to Brown. Outside Porzingis. Knocks it down from distance. Porzingis has got 38 points.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Outside Hart. Outside Brunson. Some solid defense from Holiday. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 16-4 run. Back to Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. And here's White. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Bridges down low, hounded by Tatum. Towns a screen on Holiday. And here's Brunson from the arc. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Pass to Porzingis.
100.
Well, when you list the best players in the NBA right now, Doris, most of the top guys are from outside the U.S.
BA, I don't know why that is. There's a lot of theories out there, one of which is the 1992, the initial Dream Team, so captivated the imagination of fans across the world. So I think that's part of it. We have to love that the game of basketball is so popular in countries outside of the United States, and we would be making a mistake if we did not give the league the credit it deserves for wanting to grow the game internationally. It has not been solely and exclusively focused here in the United States. They want everyone to love the game as much as we do.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Towns down low, working on Porzingis. That's good from Towns on the assist from Anunoby.
That to me is about Karl Anthony Towns carving out position on the interior. Such a pretty play.
Pass to White. Here's Brown, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Mikal Bridges.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Jaylen Brown at the line. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Brown. Both shots good from the stripe. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, guys. Drew, this team is winning games. What's coming together for this group right now?
Honestly, I think it's the feel. I think it's the comfortability with each other. I think it's the chemistry on the court. And from there, as chemistry builds, you build confidence. And, man, it's fun to play,
I do. I hope it continues to build. It's been fun to watch. Thanks, Drew.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's reveal our player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.